My name is Maha Mamo, and I'm stateless. I was born in Lebanon, and Lebanon they give you nationality only if your father is Lebanese. My parents are Syrian. My mom, she's Muslim, and my father, he's Christian. In Syria, the marriage between different religion, Muslim with Christian, is illegal. So they ran away from Syria. They got married in Lebanon. In Lebanon, they cannot register their marriage. My sister, me, and my brother, we were born in Lebanon, but we could not register our birth. So I don't have any document that says who am I. And to live without document, without existence, it's not just a document that you're gonna put inside your wallet. It's much more than this. I started to worry and to ask and to see why I don't have papers and what is my main problem and who am I? What's the real definition of what is my situation? And no one really could help me. Inside the home, it was like a taboo. We don't speak about documents, we don't speak about religions, we don't speak like, you're Christian, you're inside your school, you're being baptized, and that's it, that's your life. So the situation is starting to be more and more and more complicated. In Lebanon, we had some bombs and we had some war, like inside Lebanon. And these bombs will lead to have many checkpoints. And every time I see a checkpoint, a police checkpoint, I have to run through the other side, even going out from the car with my friends and go out just because not to be in prison. Because if the police stops me and they don't have documents to present when they ask, I'm considered as a terrorist. I started to write letters and emails. I started to Google. I started to write simple emails like a teenager that hoping and dreaming and searching for a new future. And I started to send it all over the world. Then it took me 10 years. And after 10 years sending my story over and over again, the only country that accepted our case was Brazil. We didn't know no one in Brazil. We thought like, okay, where are we gonna sleep? What are we gonna do? Is it safe? We are going to the, like, it's like the unknown future. It's like the unknown future. You have this, where I will sleep. And then I opened Facebook. I said, we have to find something. I put Brazil and I found many people that they checked in, some because of the football, other. And then I found a friend of mine, her name is Nadine. She went to Brazil in 2013 on the meeting of youth with the Pope Francis in Rio de Janeiro. And then Nadine, she told me, Maha, we went there to meet the Pope in Rio, but we had a small stop with the youth, Catholic youth, in Belo Horizonte, in Minas Gerais. And in Minas, we were hosted by Catholic families, by Christian families. They waited my sister, she went first. They hosted us inside their home. They didn't have anything. We didn't have the means. They are really simple family as well. We didn't have the means to move and to start. So what they did from the church, they started to get, they need one bed, they need one I don't know what. And they really did an amazing job. They gave us the basics in order to start a new life. From day one, we got the CPF, which is the tax number in Brazil. We got the Carteira de Trabalho, which is the right to work, because we were considered as we were asking to be a refugee. Like we sent our story to the ministry, asking them to analyze it. And even with this, like only asking for refugee, you have the right to work, you have the right to live, you have the right to be just a normal citizen like any other people. So it was a really big, advanced thing in my life. I've never had the Carteira de Trabalho. I never had this right to work. So I said, okay, I speak 4 languages. I don't speak Portuguese, but I have master's degree and I have some experience. My curriculum is really good. I couldn't find a job in Brazil. I said, it doesn't matter, that's okay. And I started working distributing journal on the streets, distributing journal on the houses. It's the basic work, but I did it with a really big smile on my face. I met Isabella. Isabella, she is the cousin of a friend of this family. Isabella, she used to work with refugees in Brazil. So she knew the process. She was the one that helped us. You have the right to work. You have this and you have that. She was the one orienting us what to do. So she knew that inside the Brazilian law, they didn't have the definition of stateless person. So I said, okay, Hoppa, now we have a problem. We have to figure out how to solve it. But meanwhile, we're living, we're surviving, and living without having any fear to exist. So I contacted UNHCR. Another Isabella, she entered in contact with me, and she told me, the UNHCR, they started a campaign on 2014. The campaign name is I Belong, and the goal of this campaign, it's on 2024 to end statelessness all over the world. So I was like, oh, wow, we have something, so I have a base to start to. Then she invited me to an event, for the governmental event, a small event. They were representative of all the government, and then they asked me to share my story. I was like, hop, let me share my story. I did a small exhibition outside, which I put photos that represent how a stateless person can see the world. I put the exhibition, and inside I shared my story. I shared my story, it got positive impacts. People were, oh my God, we never heard about stateless people. And since then, I started my work to give visibility to the cause, to statelessness. Because my story is unique, as a story of any stateless person. And we have many gaps in the nationality laws that we can fulfill, and you can simply change these laws, helping the people to have nationality where they are. They don't need to displace and suffer in order to get nationality. So the best advocacy that we have today, the power is inside the church. People, they listen, and people, they reflect when they listen. And if we don't give the opportunity to stateless people to share their story or to speak about statelessness, the priest can do this for us. So please do and share our suffer, that we're suffering, but we believe in you, and we believe that you can be someone who can help. On May 2016, we were approved as refugees, so that was wow. On 30 June 2016, I lost my brother. He was killed while they were trying to steal him. And because he couldn't speak Portuguese well, we were there for 1 year. They just gave him one shot, and he died. He was lucky because he got his death certificate, which most of stateless people, they don't. Stateless people, they don't have birth certificate and they don't have death certificate. You just come and go without register. On May 2017, the new law of migration passed, and we get the new law of migration, which has a full chapter speaking about stateless people. They give even the definition of stateless person, and it has a chapter of facilitating naturalization. On November 2017, the law validated. On February 2018, they launched all the requirements for this law, like, okay, now we have it and it exists, but we need to do it. And then I'm gonna apply for my naturalization, and I hope I will be finally having the dream coming true, which is to be Brazilian.